You're right, everyone, it's Sam here. Welcome to round 3 of the third season of the Pinnacle League. We're here in China today at the Shanghai circuit, and here we are on my best qualifying lap. And yeah, this track, not one I'm particularly fond of. It's just one of those tracks where I don't like it and it doesn't like me, and I just can never seem to get along with it at all. And you can see here in qualifying, at this point I'm only in 8th place out of like 9 people who set a time. And yeah, I don't know what it is, but I mean I don't particularly dislike the track. I mean, it's not like my least favorite of the Tilka circuits, but for some reason when I just drive around here I can never pull off any kind of decent result really. I think my best ever result in any league race is 2nd place in TGP in season 2, and I don't even know how I got that result, because every other result here I've got has been pretty bad actually. I've had 6th and 7th and I think 9th last season in Pinnacle, and yeah, that's what I was trying. I was sort of my what's the word I'm looking for here? My sort of target to beat really from last season was 9th place, because after that and Bahrain, which were my 2 worst tracks, my season just rocketed completely. I started having really good results after that, so if I got an alright result 5th or 6th here, then it would be a good sign for the rest of the season. But you can see here I qualify 7th, so not particularly great qualifying, but better than last season I guess. Brandon didn't set a time, so he's only in 10th, and it's the championship leader Psycho who takes pole position. And can anyone beat him this season? Seriously. We're going to the grid now, and there he is on pole position, going to quite a familiar sight there. Here I'm in 7th place, my teammate in 10th. So what can we do from these positions then? As I said, not expecting a particularly great result here, and I wasn't at the next track in Bahrain either, so yep, got the lights going on now, and we are away for round 3. Get an alright start here, tucking in behind MGB down the straight. Going to the outside now. I'm going to try and go around the outside of him, and I managed to do it going into turn 1. Sort of having a look at James here as well, sort of hoping I could maybe sneak up the inside when the track doubled back on itself, but I couldn't quite hold the inside line quite well there. Yeah, I'm up into 6th place. You can see up in front of the Ferrari, still at the front, but yeah, still quite close to this back. Going to try and go around the outside here, but I get a bit on the curb there. I got a bit thrown off by where James braked, but it wasn't really his fault. And yeah, I lose a couple of places to Arte and to Laney, and I'm going side by side with him now. Three's fast left and right handers still there, but I'm sort of on the outside. I'm getting quite close to the marbles there. But, yeah, he just about manages to hold the line. He sort of cuts me off a little bit there, but nothing too major. Yeah, I'm down to 9th now. Mr. Rebounds is coming through as well, so I'm down and almost out of the points this stage. But there's a collision up ahead with the 2 Williams and Hickey spins, so very unfortunate for him there. And I think DLT drops back through the field to let him through, so yeah, that kind of ruins both their races there. But I'm up into 7th place now then. Alright start, I guess. I mean, I started 7th, so yeah. But having a look at Laney here, he brakes quite early. I mean, I was thinking maybe I could have passed him there, but I mean, I didn't want to risk it too much on the first lap. But I was sort of bearing in mind that I could have maybe outbraked him there into that that hairpin and not taken us both out. But yeah, for now I'm still in 7th place, about the 2 Force Indias behind me, and yeah, it's been an alright start I guess. I mean, I think, as I said before, any improvement on the 9th place I got last season would be a welcome sign, I think, just because of what I've already said about how much I improved sort of after China and Bahrain last season. I was just getting podiums in almost every race after that, apart from a couple of disconnections and some mistakes in Italy and Singapore. But yeah, MGB has run wide there, and I'm going to have a chance here to go around the outside of him into this fast left-hander, and I do manage to pull it off. Laney gets through as well, and I'm still having a look at him here, so this is suddenly a battle for 5th place, which I wasn't really expecting, to be honest, especially after I lost a couple of places on the first lap. But yeah, it's going alright I guess at this point. I'm still right in behind him here. He's on the prime tyres, I think, yeah. So yeah, that might have been why I was able to keep up with him at this stage. But yeah, I'm using my curves here down straight. I'm not going to have DRS yet, of course, but always bearing in mind how much quicker I was, how much more I was able to like gain on the brakes here into this final corner. Not the final corner, but still, yeah, I managed to outbrake him here. Bearing in mind what happened on the previous lap where I seemed to brake a little bit early for him. But yeah, I managed to get through into 5th place, and yeah, I was going pretty well at that point. But you can see by lap 4 my tyres were already pretty bad, and Brandon's got himself up into 6th place where he was going quite well, and I pretty much just waved him through there. And yeah, he actually suggested to me that I pit on lap 5. I think he wanted to go to lap 6, and yeah, he suggested lap 5 for me to try and get the undercut on some of the people ahead of us. And we're going to pit now, and yeah, on the end of lap 5, and yeah, you see we'd already lost quite a bit of time to him, but we're coming in now, yeah. And like as I said, like I think it made sense really for me to pit on lap 5 because my tyres were pretty bad, and it's what I was saying before really about my tyres wearing out just like so bad here at this track. I don't know what it is. I mean, I've even tried 2 stops here before, but that hasn't really worked out either. And exiting the pits now in 8th place. Yeah, was hoping that this one lap on primes could help me undercut a couple of people. I managed to undercut Brandon and also Callum in the Ferrari, who had been running up in a podium place, so I was very happy with that. On the later on in the lap, Jordan's going to pit here, and yeah, that's another place me up into 4th. And Mr. Rebounds is coming in on this lap as well, and yeah, I'm going to get past him as well. So, although I was ahead of him on track anyway, I think. But yeah, I'm up into a podium place now, so yeah, it's looked at this point like Brandon made a very good decision on my behalf. But yeah, a couple of laps later, my tyres were, of course, a lap older than most people, like including Callum. And yeah, he manages to catch up with me there. You can see there's a few cars behind us as well. And Callum here, he's got a good run here, and he's ahead before the DRS zone, and then he can just pull away. I don't know why there's always lag on that straight. I don't know what it is, but yeah, he's up into 3rd place, and I lock up a little bit as well. But yeah, 4th place at this stage was, I mean, certainly wasn't the end of the world. I mean, 3rd place was pretty unbelievable for me, I think, to be honest. So I lock up again, going into the final corner. I do just about get DRS from Callum there as we head down the pit straight. James has got it as well though, of course, and he's going to maybe be able to look at me into turn 1. I mean, it's going to be it'd be quite a move if he managed to do it around the outside into turn 1, but I managed to hold on to the place, and I'm still in 4th place for now. But yeah, it certainly wasn't looking too great for me at this stage. James is lining me up once again here, even before we get to the DRS straight, and I knew it was going to be hard to hold on as I run wide, and I a bit dodgily rejoin the track. Is that a word? I don't know, but yeah, there's a little bit of contact and James gets through. So yeah, that was really my fault there, because I sort of, as I said, rejoined in a bit of an awkward place, and now Mr. Rebounds is going to have DRS on me as well, so I'm going to be down to 6th here at this point. So yeah, not going too well for me at this point. I do manage to carry a bit more momentum on the brakes though, so I thought I might be able to slide back at the inside, but it didn't really work for me. Down in 6th place, I'm going to have DRS here though, down the pit straight. So will Mr. Rebounds though, so it might be a bit hard for me to pull off the move. But I'm going to stay with these guys down the pit straight at least, so maybe I'll have a chance. And Mr. Rebounds certainly going after James at this point. And I take a much tighter line than them into turn 1, so I think I might be able to slide at the inside of one of them, but it didn't really work, and I almost have a collision with the Mr. Rebounds as well. So yeah, quite lucky that nothing came of it there. But yeah, going to skip to later in the lap, and Brandon's now lining me up, and yeah, he's got DRS, and I'm pretty sure he had quite a smug look on his face as well at this point after suggesting I pit early. But yeah, I managed to cut underneath him there, and yeah, it's going to be another teammate battle here, just like me and Psycho in Cody League last week. Well, I don't know if you noticed, but I was kind of a premonition for the F1 race in Bahrain, so yeah, we kind of predicted that. Well, I'm going side by side with him down the pit straight, and into turn 1 I'm going around the outside. He braked a bit early, I think, and I'm through and into 6th place once again with 2 laps to go. But will I be able to stay here? Well, we're about to find out, because later on in the lap, Brandon's got DRS once again. And I don't even bother trying to defend this time. I was just hoping that he might go. I'd be able to cut back underneath him, but he takes quite a tight line into the hairpin, so it was kind of difficult for me to cut back on him there, and he manages to hold the place, and he's up into 6th place. But yeah, 7th place, this is pretty much how it stays. And yeah, I mean, 7th place is an improvement on the 9th I got last season, so I was fairly happy with how this went. I was just looking to go across the line. I'd take a 7th place. Well, that happened.
Drive, that's 9th place.
Yeah. So it is 9th place after all then. At least I showed some improvement on last season. But yeah, I kind of want people to learn something from every video I do. And I think the lesson to learn in this one is never listen to Brandon. So with that, I will leave you for today. If you've enjoyed this video, drop a like, and I'll see you next time. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.